Hello, I am 若. Flowers in many cultures, they are often considered the perfect gift. But here in Taiwan, we believe food is ultimate present. For instance, if you are visiting someone in a hospital, bring food, ideally desserts. Even if the patient can't eat them, the family member caring for them will. Sweets are incredibly comforting. Today, Thor, our main topic is flowers, or more precisely, the language of flowers. 花语 language of flowers. The language of flowers is influenced by local religion, mythology, and historical culture. Depending on the country, the same flower can have completely different meanings. Unlike in English-speaking countries, where meanings are influenced by myths and traditions, Taiwan's definitions of flowers are based on homophones, how a flower grows or blooms, and festival customs. Here are 5 flowers with precisely different meanings here in Taiwan. You can use this as a reference if you ever want to give flowers to someone in Taiwan. Of course, you can always tell the florist who the flowers are for or where they are going, and let them put an arrangement together for you. Let's start with the 白百合 white lily. While generally seen as a symbol of purity, it often appears at funerals to express sympathy and symbolizing the deceased soul returning to innocence. But in Taiwan, the word for lily, 百合, sounds like the short for 百年好合, which is a blessing for a harmonious union for 100 years. Because of this blessing, they are extremely popular at weddings and are often used in bridal bouquets. Next up is 菊花, chrysanthemum, or moon for short. It's often considered the quintessential fall flower. They symbolize happiness, positivity, and friendship. In Taiwan, however, they are almost exclusively associated with funerals and tomb sweeping, carrying a heavy sense of mourning. Even though traditional literature portrays the 菊花 as a noble and virtuous flower, very few people would ever buy them as gifts. Then we have 水仙, daffodil or narcissus. Its meaning actually comes from Greek mythology. Narcissus was a beautiful young man who fell in love with his own reflection in the water. Because of this story, the flower often carries negative connotations, such as narcissism, unrequited love, or vanity. But in Taiwan, 水仙 are considered essential New Year flowers because they are born right around the Lunar New Year. They symbolize auspiciousness, good luck, and attract wealthy. Here is a popular Taiwanese slogan term related to daffodils. 水仙不开花，装蒜. A daffodil not blooming, pretending to be garlic. This is a daffodil. This is a garlic. And this is a daffodil before it blooms. It looks exactly like garlic. So 装蒜 is used to describe someone who actually knows the truth, but fingers ignorance or plain stone. This phrase is most often used when you are blaming or calling someone out. For example, 别装蒜了，你吃了我的蛋糕，对吧？ Don't play dumb, I know you ate my cake. 别装蒜了，你吃了我的蛋糕，对吧？剑兰 gladius. As for the gladius, it is then since linked to Roman gladiators. It symbolizes high moral integrity, power, and strength of character. But in Taiwan, because the jianlan brews sequentially from the bottom up, one flower at a time, it represents the concept of 步步高升, rising step by step, and continuous good fortune. That's why it's a high popular flower for Lunar New Year temple offerings, or celebrating the grand opening of a new business. 步步高升 means rising step by step. It is an auspicious greeting that wishes someone a smooth career path with continuous promotions. 恭喜你转职成功，希望你接下来能备受赏识，步步高升。Congratulations on landing the full-time role. I hope your talents are fully recognized and you enjoying a steady climb up the corporate ladder. 恭喜你转职成功，希望你接下来能备受赏识，步步高升。Finally, the 牡丹花 peony. Its traditional meaning actually stems from an ancient myth. Legend has it that mischievous fairies love to play tricks, but when they will come, they hid inside the petals of peonies out of pure bashfulness and shame. Therefore, giving peonies can sometimes imply I'm sorry and ashamed for doing something wrong. It's unbelievable how different it is here. Traditional Chinese culture reveres the Mudan as the king of flowers. It's the ultimate symbol of extreme wealthy and high social status, representing glory, splendor, and prosperity. Countless paintings feature peonies, often titled 花开富贵, which means flowers blooming for wealth and honor. Mudan are also iconic in Taiwanese Hakka floral fabrics. I remember seeing a beautiful duvet cover adorned with larger, bright red peonies when I was a child. My grandma had chosen it specifically for my mom as the must-have item for her wedding. Now, even though Taiwanese people love food, we do still use flowers. Let's take a look at the occasions where you will see them and how they are actually presented. Simply weapon and bulk bouquets. In traditional market or flower markets, you will often see people buy larger bundles of various flowers that are simply wrapped in clear plastic. That's because these flowers will soon be unwrapped and placed in vases for temple offerings or ancestor worship. Here, flowers carry the meanings of asking for blessings and thanks the gods for answered prayers. Standing basket and potted plant. You will see massive standing flower baskets and potted flowers laying in the streets for grand opening, political campaigns, weddings, and even funerals. They come with long robins, usually bright red with gold lettering for celebration, or black and white for funerals. The main purpose of this impressive display is to showcase the recipe's popularity and social connections. Fancy bouquets with paper and ribbons. Finally, we have beautifully wrapped bouquets adorned with fancy paper and ribbons. These are given at graduations, on Valentine's Day, and on Mother's Day. Personally, though, I still hope a big feast follows the flowers. You also bring bouquets when visiting the sick, but be careful because there is a stronger cultural taboo here. Aside from avoiding white and yellow 菊花, you must never give a potted plant to a patient. In traditional Chinese culture, potted plants symbolize taking root, which can make people feel as if the illness itself will take root in the body and drag on. Now let's have a quick recap. 花语 language of flowers 百合 lily 菊花 chrysanthemum 水仙 daffodil 剑兰 gladiolus 牡丹 peony 装蒜 someone who actually knows the truth but feigns ignorance or plays dumb 步步高升 an auspicious greeting that wishes someone a smooth career path with continuous promotions. Culture note, do not bloom white or yellow 菊花 or any potted plants to a patient. Okay, it's this video. I hope you like it and share your idea with me. Thank you for watching and see you next time.